Ever wondered what it takes to be born on a planet where even the plants are trying to kill you? Welcome to Catachan, the most infamous death world in the Imperium of Man. Today, we're diving deep into the culture of its legendary soldiers, the Catachan jungle fighters, to understand what makes them the toughest, meanest, and most brutally effective fighting force in the galaxy. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of their combat doctrine, we have to talk about their home. Catachan isn't just a jungle planet, it's a living, breathing predator. Every single form of life here, from the microscopic bacteria in the water to the continent-sized flora, has evolved to be the apex predator. The air is thick with corrosive pollen, the rain can be acidic, and the rivers are choked with creatures that will strip you to the bone in seconds. Even the trees, like the infamous Catachan devil, are carnivorous monstrosities that actively hunt their prey. This is the world a Catachan is born into. From the moment they take their first breath, their life is a constant struggle for survival. There's no childhood in the way we understand it. By the age of 4, a Catachan child knows how to handle a knife, identify which plants will eat them, and which ones will just poison them. By 7, they're expected to contribute to the defense of their settlement. By 10, most have already faced down creatures that would make a veteran space marine pause. This isn't training, this is just Tuesday on Catachan. This brutal upbringing forges a unique kind of human. Catachans are naturally suspicious, hyper-aware of their surroundings, and possess senses honed to a razor's edge. They can smell a hidden enemy on the wind and hear the snap of a twig from a mile away. They are physically powerful, with dense muscle and bones from a lifetime of fighting against gravity and predators. But more than that, they are mentally unbreakable. Fear is a luxury they can't afford. Hesitation is death. So why do these ultimate survivors, these people who have carved out a life on a planet that actively hates them, fight for the Imperium? It's a question that perplexes many. They aren't driven by the blind faith of a zealot from a shrine world, nor are they conscripted like the masses from a hive world. The answer lies in their unique relationship with the Imperium and their own sense of identity. Furthermore, fighting for the Imperium gives them a purpose beyond mere survival. It allows them to take the skills honed in their lethal homeland and turn them against the enemies of mankind. They see Xenos like orcs and tyrannids as just another type of predator, another challenge to be overcome. There's a grim satisfaction in showing the rest of the galaxy what a true survivor looks like. They don't fight out of devotion to some distant emperor on a golden throne. They fight because it's what they do. They are predators, and the enemies of the Imperium are their prey. This brings us to their style of warfare. The Imperial Infantryman's uplifting primer, the standard issue guide for guardsmen. Catachans use it for kindling. Formal discipline, parade ground drills, and rigid command structures are utterly alien to them. They operate on instinct, trust, and a deep, instinctual understanding of guerrilla warfare. Their methods are often described as elegant and savage in their brutality, and that's the perfect way to put it. A Catachan squad moves through the jungle, or any dense terrain for that matter, with a silence that is utterly terrifying. They don't march, they flow. Each soldier is an individual hunter, but they move as a coordinated pack. They communicate with hand signals, clicks, and bird calls that are indistinguishable from the natural sounds of the environment. Their uniforms are minimal, usually just trousers and a vest, to allow for freedom of movement and to prevent snagging on undergrowth. And of course, there's the iconic red bandana, a symbol of their shared identity and a defiant splash of color in a world of green and brown. When they strike, it is with sudden, overwhelming violence. They are masters of the ambush. They'll use the environment itself as a weapon, rigging deadfalls, punji stick pits, and vine traps. They'll emerge from the mud, drop from the canopy, or burst from behind a waterfall. Before the enemy even realizes they're under attack, their command structure has been decapitated, their heavy weapons have been silenced, and their flanks have been enveloped. Their weapon of choice is as famous as the soldiers themselves, the Katachin Feng. This massive combat knife is more than just a tool. It's an extension of the soldier's will. They can use it to clear jungle paths, build shelters, and, most famously, in close combat. A Katachin with a fang is a whirlwind of destruction, capable of taking on foes many times their size. They also favor flamers, meltigans, and heavy bolters, weapons that deliver decisive, brutal firepower perfect for close quarters ambushes. Their non-commissioned officers, or NCOs, are the backbone of any Katachin regiment. These are grizzled veterans, individuals who have survived not just Katachin, but also countless war zones across the galaxy. They lead by example, and their authority is absolute, earned not through rank but through proven skill and a body covered in scars that tell stories of survival. A Katachin sergeant doesn't need to shout orders. A single glance is enough to convey a complex plan to their squad. This independent and unorthodox nature often puts them at odds with officers from other regiments. A commissar assigned to a Katachin regiment has one of the most dangerous jobs in the galaxy. If that commissar is seen as incompetent, arrogant, or a threat to the squad, they have a tendency to suffer unfortunate accidents. A stray plasma shot, a faulty grenade, or a sudden localized plant attack. The Katachins will offer their sincerest condolences, of course, but this isn't out of malice. It's a survival instinct. A bad leader gets you killed, and Katachins do not tolerate anything that gets them killed. Their most famous hero, Sly Marbo, embodies everything it means to be Katachin. A one-man army. Marbo is a legend, a ghost who appears from nowhere, wreaks havoc, and vanishes without a trace. He is the ultimate expression of the Katachin way of war. Individual prowess, savage efficiency, and the ability to turn the environment against the enemy. Stories of his exploits are told with a mixture of awe and grim humor around campfires, a boogeyman for the enemies of the Imperium. In the end, the culture of the Katachan jungle fighters is a culture of ultimate pragmatism. It's a culture forged in the deadliest crucible imaginable. They are not noble knights or pious crusaders. They are survivors. They are savage, brutal, and utterly uncompromising. But in a galaxy filled with untold horrors, sometimes savagery is exactly what you need. They are the living embodiment of the phrase, survival of the fittest. And they prove, time and again, that humanity's greatest strength is its sheer, stubborn refusal to die. Thank you for joining us on this trek through the deadly jungles of Katachin. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more lore, and let us know in the comments which Imperial Guard regiment you'd like us to explore next. Until then, stay safe and don't trust the trees.